I'm actually getting a lot more comfortable being on camera, and you can thank my partner for that. In any case, let's talk about FOMO. So if you don't know, FOMO is also known as the fear of missing out, and it is a tactic that companies use, not just video game companies, but companies in general use. It's basically like what a sale is. You know, whenever something goes on sale, like, oh my God, you better get it before the price goes back up. That's FOMO. And I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with FOMO. I've done it in the past myself. But I think that FOMO in regards to cosmetics in a video game can be pretty shitty. So, one big thing about Dead by Daylight, and really any game with a battle pass system, is that you as a consumer can end up missing out on certain items because you didn't play during that time. And the best solution to this, at least in my opinion, is to have the option to purchase past battle passes. Do you know how much money behavior would get out of me if I was able to purchase all of the battle passes from before I started playing? And not only as a content creator, but also as just like a general enjoyer of Dead by Daylight, I would be more than willing to pay $10 or even $15 if you want to keep going with the thing. Oh, you know, if you were playing at the time of the battle pass, you can get the battle pass for 10, but you could also get it for 15, right? I would love the option to go back and buy old battle passes. Really, honestly, just as something to do. Because like while I'm sitting there grinding out blood points level 10 on every killer, and trying to get all the survivor tomes done, I'd love to have something extra that kind of like gives me like little mini points of gratification throughout. Especially because finishing a battle pass doesn't take that long. Not when you play as much as I do, right? I understand for the average person it can be difficult because sometimes you don't get to play for like 2 or 3 days straight, and some tomes are not as easy to complete as others, and so it can take a long time for other people. For me personally, I always finish the entire Rift within the first like 2 weeks of it being out. Very rarely do I ever have to use the new tome as a way to finish the Rift past page like 2. Sometimes I'll go into page 3, but it doesn't happen very often. So I just think that like the option to go back and get past battle passes would be great. I also think that once you complete the Rift, if you earn more fragments, then you should be compensated with blood points. But hey, that's a discussion for another video. The point is that I think FOMO is okay in certain circumstances, mostly when it comes to things like sales and stuff like that. But I also think that when it comes to like in-game cosmetics, it's not really fair to people who missed out on something just because they just so happen to not play at that time period, right? Like if somebody like me starts the fucking game years after it came out, I didn't even hear of Dead by Daylight until like 2020, 2021, right? So like, I could not have expected to have played it back in 2016 and caught up on everything and got the opportunity to get everything that was ever released ever in the game, because there's just simply no fucking way. This is one of the reasons that I hate like pre-order codes and shit in other video games and stuff like that. Like, oh, you know, if I don't have the $60 or $70, or nowadays it's like $120 to pre-order your fucking video game, then I guess I get to miss out on content for no fucking reason. So I think it's kind of unfair. Now, recently, Behavior ended up releasing a code, and I'm gonna put it up for you now. It's called Party Hats 24. I don't know if it still works by the time you see this video. If it doesn't work, I'm sorry. If it does, cool. Just be prepared for like 3 straight minutes of the redemption sound going bung, 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 bung. It's really annoying. But this is basically a code to get you all of those floaty crown things. You know that really ugly ass head cosmetic that some players have? It's like a little golden crown. It's your opportunity to get that on everybody from year 4 and 5. And apparently, the Dead by Daylight community who has played during that time is very upsetty spaghetti. Because apparently, again, I don't know, I wasn't there, but apparently these were very, very difficult to come across. basically you had to bust your ass for them. Now, as far as I know, the killer side was easier, which is generally how it goes. The in terms of like actual gameplay, killer versus survivor is like pretty balanced, but like when it comes to like tomes and quests, the killers are always a lot harder than, or a lot easier than the survivors to complete tomes and shit. This is just very common knowledge, and if you think otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. You might be a little bit too buried in the tribalism, to be honest. But the thing is that apparently, like with the killer, you only had to like get a certain number of kills, which, you know, comes naturally. But with the survivor, you had to escape a certain number of times to get him or something, right? I'm very fuzzy on the details. But the point is that apparently to get the year 4 and the year 5, you had to work hard. And now those people who like worked really hard to get those crowns are upset because they're basically their status symbols. That's the word I'm looking for. Their status symbols now mean less because everybody just has them. And while I can understand the frustration from a certain perspective, it's been 3 years since the last one. By this point, the only people who remember how hard those things were to get is you guys, right? The ones that actually got them, you're the only ones that remembered how hard they were to get. And everybody else who sees it, like the whole time I saw those things, every time I'd see them in a match, I'd be like, wow, that's an atrocious cosmetic. And I would move on with my life. And I didn't even know that those were something that you earned, right? I thought they were like tome rewards or something, because I knew they were from a past anniversary event. Somebody told me a while back, but I always figured they were like current anniversary stuff where you just completed the tome and then you got it. I didn't know they were like, you had to like actually like do things, like real tangible shit, win games to get them. Okay? So those things as a status symbol mean nothing to anyone except you. And again, I understand your frustration to a point, but I think you guys are kind of like overreaching what it means. The only type of cosmetic FOMO I can really get behind, at least in my opinion, is probably the legacy. And that's only because you weren't able to just max out everybody's legacy to get the legacy cosmetics, right? You weren't able to just like sit there, and if you did, that was like an insane dedication to the game. I don't think those should be given away for free. I do think that something similar should be given for P100, but I'm still writing the progression overhaul system video with like step by step on what every single level will give. So you guys will have to wait for that one. But the point is that I understand FOMO can be frustrating, and I understand that if you earn something, if you worked hard to earn something, it feels unfair for people who come later to get that thing. And maybe they could have brought it back in the same way that you got it before, where you have to work to earn it. You have to, you know, escape a certain number of times or get a certain number of kills. I honestly don't know why they didn't do that, now that I say it, to be real with you. So I guess my whole thing is, if you have a problem with the Party Hats 24 code giving it all the way, I think as long as your problem is more of how they're being given out and not that they're being given out, I can kind of be on the same level with you. But I think that if you have this like superiority complex because you just so happen to be playing the game in year 4 or year 5, I think that's ridiculous. And this is just another example of people putting pixels in a video game way too high in regard, right? It's the ranked argument all over again. It is a pixelated cosmetic in a video game. It's the pink mercy thing. If you're in the Overwatch community, oh my god, I was there. I wasn't able to buy the pink mercy skin when it came out the first time around, but I was there when the pink mercy skin thing happened. Okay. Every single time people would talk about bringing the pink mercy, we thought it was going to be a yearly thing. Like every year during like breast cancer awareness month, they were going to do it, and they didn't, and we were all very surprised because that's a great way to fucking, you know what I mean? So the fact that Pink Mercy's coming back is something that's to be celebrated. But some people saw Pink Mercy as a status symbol. I was there. I paid the money first. Okay, good for you, weirdo. You know what I mean? And it's kind of the same thing here, at least it's not as severe. You see it as a status symbol, but you got it because you were there. You were already there first. You know what I mean? I think that if you want to give players the ability to show how long they've been playing the game, I think they should do something similar to what Apex did, where, you know, there are like badges that you can earn. So like player profile stuff that you can earn like every 3 months or something, like every chapter. That's like tied to, it's not like a specific, you know, like, oh, you miss out on Vecna as a profile picture if you didn't play during his chapter. I don't mean that. I mean, like, I think that like there should be like a symbol, and that symbol changes from year to year or chapter to chapter. I think that would be cool, and then you could go back and retroactively give it to people who have accounts that are old enough to have those things. Apex did this thing where they went back and looked at the age of your account, and then they gave you a badge that's like a little cake in different tiers. I have it on my account to prove that I've been playing since fucking to prove that I've been playing since the third week of the third day of release for Apex. Been playing. I quit the game, but yeah, I think that's the way that they should do it. If you want to give people an ability to say, hey, this is how long I've been playing the game, here's the proof I've been playing the game. I don't think locking cosmetics, like actual cosmetics, behind that is a good idea. But like I said, I will agree with the party hats thing. Maybe they should have made it an earned thing that you had to like actually work for, like everybody else did. But yeah, other than that, let me know what your thoughts down below. And guys, just a really quick thing, try to keep things like a little bit more civil, right? Like I've seen some people like actually like threatening other people in the comment section lately. Chill the fuck out. It's just a video game, my guy. Okay? Alright, other than that, as always, a great big special thank you to my channel members listed on screen now. If you want to find out how to become a channel member today, get awesome perks like seeing videos early, merch discount codes, and more, then please click that join button down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Need more Kaiser in your life? Well, I've got you covered. Check out my second channel, The Kaiser Extras, where I upload full gameplays, stream compilations, me reacting to your Dead by Daylight clips, and more. We also upload a daily short with all the greatest clips from stream. We'll see you over there. Link is in the description.